Have you ever wondered how to prepare whole crab? Most people just always do a seafood boil, right? Well, today I want to show you guys how to make Belizean crab soup. I'll show you how to take the crab apart and clean it properly and then cook it in a savory, spicy stew. Let's begin first of all by taking care of the crab. My dad was the one that brought this crab here as a gift, so I'm going to return the favor and cook it today and invite him to dinner. So let me go ahead and wash it off under some warm water. We had it in the freezer and then allowed it to thaw overnight in the fridge, but it still has some ice. Let me snap off a leg here. And Joe is running camera and he suggests that I just rip the body off before I deal with the legs and the claws. So let me go ahead and wash everything off of the body because we don't eat this gunk right here, all right? This is all the nasty stuff that we don't eat. Let me go ahead and clean it up as best as I can before I grab a brush and start deep cleaning it. Let me snap off the legs and the claws, of course. So the claws are a little bit harder than the legs, but you can get it. Get all these pieces off. And then now Joe has taken over cleaning up the body for me while I start preparing some stuff for the stew part of it. I guess you could say Joe and I are working as a team today. So take a look at all the pieces of the crab right here, washed and cleaned. And then he's going to toss the rest of this away while I work on the stew. Alright guys, I am opening this ricotta just to show you guys what this looks like because a lot of you have asked, just what is ricotta, Barbara? It's made from annatto. Some people call it achiote. I don't know if achiote is a brand, but this is what it looks like. To me it looks like clay. Come on. See? It's hard. You can break it off. And it looks like clay. But my dad brought me a supply of the powdered one. I hear Belize people in Belize don't really like the powdered one, but I love it. So to make crab stew, it's not a whole lot. Flour, some potato, coconut milk, or you could use the coconut powder. I didn't want to try that today. Salt and pepper. And don't forget some onions. The ricotta, and if you don't have this, use paprika or paprika. That's my fridge filling, by the way. And we have the crab ready. Let me show you what Joe did just now to, well, me and Joe did it together. I wanted to step off the legs and the claw first and then take care of the body, but Joe insisted he wanted me to do the body first. It doesn't matter. You could do either first, but make sure you wash all that gunk out of the body, see? Joe got it all, because that stuff nasty. That stuff won't kill you. Joe, did I ever tell you that there was a lady that came for me at my YouTube video that said that you're supposed to eat that nasty stuff inside the crab? And when I told her, why don't you eat it? And she goes, I don't eat that. You guys, people are crazy. So I'm putting some flour, about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. I'm going to cut the fire on low. This is my big double burner, so let me go to low. And I'm just going to move this flour around with my spatula until it gets brown. Alright? So it's equivalent to doing a roux, but I'm not putting the butter with the flour. It's just straight up flour that we're going to brown. And then the coconut milk is also going to give some thickness because the flour is going to thicken it. And you don't have to do the coconut milk if you don't want to, but I promise you if you do it, you're going to love it. Alright? So I'm going to have Joe come around and let's take a look at our flour. You just want to be sure to take your time with the flour because you don't want it to burn. So let me go ahead and put the milk in. And some people will put water instead of the milk, and you can do that, but the milk makes it so much tastier and richer. So if the lumps are not going away, you can always put it through a strainer, all right? But if you take your time with it, the lumps will go away. So now let me chop up some potatoes into chunks. And I have about 4 or 5 potatoes here. Toss it into my pot. All the pieces. Don't get burned. And then put about 4 cups of water. And allow the potatoes to boil. And don't forget some onions. And garlic if you want, but I'm not going to put the garlic because I really don't like the smell of the garlic in the soup. But you can put that, alright? I'm just going to dice up some onions. Joe just asked if we're going to put cilantro, but I'm not used to having cilantro in the stew, so no. So just the onions. And just allow this to continue cooking until I'm turning it down to medium because the flame is just too big. When the potatoes are soft or fork tender, this is time to add a little bit more water because I want to have quite a bit of stew because this is going to feed 4 people. Put all the legs in and the body. The body is split into 2 halves. And then the claws, of course. Just put all the crab in. And then I'm just adding some powdered ricotta. You can replace this for paprika or paprika. Some salt. Some black pepper. And all this stuff is going to be to your taste. Give it a stir. I don't like the color of it. I'm going to definitely add some more of the powdered ricotta. We want it to look more brown. So more powdered ricotta. And remember that the ricotta is made from the annatto, and it adds color to the food, all right? The potatoes are ready. Let me taste. I always just put some in my hand. I don't taste off with a spoon. This is when you would want to adjust it for salt and pepper. Again, I need more coloring. It's coming along though. So now I'm just allowing it to reduce. Put a lid on it so it could boil, but watch it that it doesn't boil over. And the one warning that I want to give you is to make sure that the potatoes are not overdone. So that's why we want to put in the crab right when they're fork tender. So the crabs have been boiling for at least 25 minutes or so, all right? Have you been to Belize lately and wondered how to make that beautiful crab soup and coconut rice that you got over there? Wonder no more. This is the place. I'm messing around with you guys. Ever notice a lot of foreigners will say Belize and they'll say Belizean, but it's Belize and Belizean, all right? But anyways, let's serve the crab soup. So I'm just gonna take a piece out to make my bowl. This is a piece of the body, and I'll get a claw, and I'll get a leg. So somebody is not gonna get a body because it's only 2 pieces, right? Normally we'll do this with 2 crabs, but I only had 1. My dad brought it for me. So let's get something to serve the soup. So I'm plating it, of course, for my thumbnail, so I want to cover everything. And we serve the crab soup with a side of white rice, and I'll put my white rice in the soup, but for the picture I'm not going to do that yet. Let me go take a few pictures with this, and then when I come back we're going to be serving both, and I'll be trying this soup. All right? Wow, just gorgeous. Now let's go taste. The coconut milk that's in the soup, that really makes it so rich and thick. You can omit it if you'd like, but try it first with it because it makes such a difference, all right? Now, if you're watching me on Facebook, don't forget to follow the page. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like. For YouTube, hit that bell to be notified. Don't forget to leave me a comment. I look forward to your comments. And of course, don't forget to share. I'll see you guys again next video, all right? None for Joe. You know why? He tortured me in this video because he wanted to show how to make the crab. I'm like, you either be on camera or be off camera, but you can't be talking from behind the camera. I should really share some. When did this thing turn into a mukbang? I like the body because it has a lot of meat. I don't know how these mukbangers just boil the crab and just eat it like that. I have to have it in soup. Say hello to Mama. Hi everybody.
This morning with one local family.